back to my channel. As you can see, hello, hi, it's me, it's Lee. So today's video is gonna be on my first lesbian experience. This shit about to go crazy. This shit about to go stupid. This shit about to go dumb. It's my nose ring. Let me fix it, y'all. I don't want y'all to think I got boogers in my nose. Anyways, if you just tuning in and you're not subscribed to my channel, please, I just thought to make sure you go like, comment, subscribe, and go hit that notification bell right the fuck now. I'm gonna give y'all a second. Okay, anyways, let's get into the video. So, alright, so I'm not gonna hold y'all. You know, when I was in high school, I was a little, let me not say I was a little, it was just like, I was curious. So, from a young age, even when I was like 9, I always felt like I had this attraction to females. So, I would always like lust over them. Like, my family was very Christian based, but I was always smart. So, I would like know like that they would say like being a lesbian, fucking with girls, gay and all that was wrong. That's what I was taught. But when I was younger, Mom, I hope you're not watching this, I used to like watch like lesbian porn. I got caught one time and it really used to turn me on, but I used to pray every night and think to myself like, it's okay, like I will never be with a woman. Like I would say this to myself, but in the back of my head I would be like, you know, I would never be with a woman, but I would have sex with one. Like my shit would get wet, my pussy would get wet, and it would get wet for like femmes. It was never dykes. I never really knew what a dyke was. That's how sheltered I was, y'all. So fast forward high school, now I'm like in like the 9th grade, and I just remember one day being on a train with my mom, and I remember seeing this girl, and she was like a dyke. She was a stud. I'm from New York, we say dyke, y'all might say studs in your area. And I was like, yo, like this girl, I was just always curious, like I always wanted to know more. So we're gonna get into it. So I had a friend and we all lived on the same block. So I had a friend that lived next door to me, so I'm gonna call her Renee. So I had this friend, her name was Renee, and she lived next door to me. I had another friend, her name was DJ. She lived across the street. So at this point in time, I had a boyfriend. I was like 13 or 12 or 13 or 14. 13 or 14. Anyways, so I remember one day, Renee would like always want to like do things with me, and I never understood because Renee was straight. She's a very pretty girl, but she always gave me like straight vibes and real bossy and straight vibes. She was very, very pretty, very, very beautiful. Like, damn, I'm mad that me and her, like, we don't even talk no more, but it's whatever. So, yeah, all I know is one day, I think it was 2 occasions. So, I don't know which one happened first. All right, so I went to my friend DJ's house. And first, I think it started off at my house, and I went to my friend's DJ house. So, it was me, my friend DJ, and my friend Renee. So me and DJ, we was like playing like truth or dare. So DJ is like not really with the shit. She's very reserved, very quiet. We're not cool out no more, but I don't give a fuck. So Renee was laying on the bed, and Renee was like, you know, she telling me she wanted me to touch her, but y'all keep in mind that I wasn't really, you know. So I was like, okay. And I like remember like licking her pussy a little bit. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I didn't like the way it tasted. But anyways, I put like a marker in her pussy. It was like an orange marker, I'll never forget. And DJ was there, and it was like a dare. So I was like, whoa. And after that, I was like, okay. So that was like my first little experience. So I was like, all right, cool. And then she was like, she wanted me to do it, and her pussy was wet, but I didn't know what, like, I know it was a wet texture, but I didn't know if that was normal or not. I was so young, I wasn't like in tune. Even though I watch porn and stuff, I didn't really know, you know. So after that, we went to her house. One day I came from school, I seen her. I was walking. We went to 2 different schools, but we lived on the same block. So I'm walking, and I see her. And we talking and we walk, and I'm like, she's like, oh, you gonna call me to my house? I'm like, okay, we go upstairs, we go in her room. So in her room, and we laying down, I think. I'm laying down her bed. Well, I think she told me to lay down. So I lay down, and she just got on top of me, y'all. This girl is a regular girl, you know what I mean? She's so pretty. Oh my God, I miss her, but I wish I knew when I was young. She got on top of me, y'all, and she started like grinding on me, and then she took my panties off, her panties off, and she's like rubbing up against me, and I'm just like, y'all, and I was like so wet at the time. I was like, she was just people been handing me the pussy since I was young. I didn't know what to do with it. I was just like, and then after I guess, I don't know, she came or whatever, she just got off of me, and she was just like, okay. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm going home now, and I'ma holla at you. And she would always try to have sex with me, like, what the fuck? So I was just like, like, mind you, so this is me sort of touching her. At this point, I never really been touched by a female. So I'm just telling y'all, I was leading up to my big first actual lesbian experience. So after this whole situation, you know, I told my boyfriend, I think, what happened, but I didn't really think he thought nothing of it because it was a girl. I didn't think that was an issue back then, but I know better, of course, now. So, you know, long story short, after that, now I had another friend. So this friend, I think, yeah, all my friends always wanted me to touch them. Why? Like, I was at her house, she was watching porn, and we went in her room, and she unbuckled her pants and made me like play with her. And she was really, really wet, I remember. And she just made me like play with her pussy. And I think she touched me too. Cause I remember going home and my grandmother was like, why is your pants unzipping? My grandmother was like, why is your pants not buttoned up? And I was like, oh, I don't know. My zipper was down. So I guess I ran out her house. I don't know. That was that. So let's fast forward to my actual real lesbian experience. Y'all. That's the one I was there for. So high school. So this is like my first girlfriend ever. I heard her voice. I heard a voice, and I was like, who? I felt something in my body. I turned around, I was like, who is that? And I was like, I'm not gay, but she could get it. And that's when it started. So long story short, I ended up telling her, she seen me one day, her brother was trying to talk to me, but she didn't know who I was. So her brother was like, it's crazy how we all lived right down the block from each other. So at this time, I would like go to my friend's house over to like every day after school, because I went to school in Brooklyn. My mom would just pick me up. I mean, I went to school in Queens, but I lived in Brooklyn. My mom would just pick me up because my grandparents had moved off the block that I lived on. So it just so happened, ironically, that she moved right down, like literally 4 blocks away. So I have to walk that way every day just to get to my block. I have to walk past it. So her brother's trying to talk to me. Her brother like, yo. I'm like, yo. No, he like, yo. She's like, oh, you don't hear my brother trying to talk to you? So I recognized her voice, y'all, and I was like, hi. And I walked back. I was walking past her, and I stopped, and then she came out the gate. And I was like, yo, don't you go to my school? And she was like, I go to your school. She like, I never seen you before. And I was like, yeah. I said, you know I got a crush on you, right? Y'all, I don't know what possessed me to blurt that out, y'all. And she was like, what? You got a crush on me? And I was like, yeah. She was like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 15. I was going to turn 16. I was like, I'm 15. And she was like, I'm 19. And I was like, okay. And she was like, all right, my name is so blah blah. She was like, give me your number. So I was like, she was like, she was like, give me your number. So I gave her my number. And then she was like, oh, give me a hug. So I gave her a hug. Y'all, my heart was like pounding so fast. I was like, oh my God. And before that, somebody else had tried to bag me. So that day I was feeling like very much so everything. A long story short, I started fucking with the girl, whatever. And now, it was a day I was supposed to go to school. But I think I skipped school. I just told my mom I wasn't feeling well, whatever. So, you know, I was crazy. I let the girl come to my house. She came. And we was in my bed. So she was very respectful. Like, she didn't want to like have sex with me right away. And at this point, I don't think I wasn't a virgin, but I never been with a girl before. So I was like begging her to like, I was like, yo, come, like, you always drop me home, we always walk, you take the train with me, you live all the way in Queens, like, I'm like, come, like, lay with me, like. So she was laying with me, and then y'all, one thing led to another. She like was fingering me, and then I didn't like it. It was very rough. I never told her that. Then she like started eating my pussy, but I wasn't used to the whole clitoris thing, cause like I wasn't used to that. So I was like, okay, whatever, and that was it. And then I was just like, all right. And then the sex started to get better and better. I was still young, and I started to realize like what I liked and stuff, and then the rest was history. So that was my first experience. I'll never forget that day. And then like we just laid up and we watched like a movie together or something. And I think my ex-boyfriend had found out because I posted the status like, oh, she made me feel good, or the way I just got my pussy, she just ate my pussy crazy, or whatever I said. And then he seen it and lost his fucking mind, because like I was dubbing his shit, but I didn't really like, I don't think I really like broke up with him. I can't remember. I think I just, me and him just stopped fucking with each other, and then like he got mad or whatever, and he was, oh, that dyke bitch, you won't go to hell, and blah 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 blah. And he was so mad, and I didn't care, because a bitch was in love. I was so in love with my first girlfriend, y'all. I did not give a fuck about nobody, no nigga, no bitch. I was like obsessed with her. So I was just like, and I'ma still get my pussy ate. Like, and nigga, I'm not worried about you. And like, yeah, so that's the type of time I was on. But anyways, y'all, that's the tea right there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching my channel. This one was a little freaky, you know what I'm saying? But anybody who's planning on having sex for their first time, I don't know, I probably might have some kids on here. You're gonna do it anyway, but just be careful, and just make sure that's what you want to do. Don't rush nothing, don't force nothing. Do everything at your own pace, at your own time. Be safe, and just do your thing, but just don't rush it, and don't make nobody play with you. Don't let none of these bitches and niggas play with you. Always remember that you're that bitch. Do shit on your own time when you feel like it, and that's on period. And you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. If you didn't already, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Later, guys.